Hey, good morning. Welcome to Ask an Attorney, all about Florida law. I'm attorney Joe Pippen, practicing attorney. Hey, you're listening on stations all over Florida. You're listening, our home flagship station is 570, 910, 860, 930. If you have a legal question, usually that's the format of the show. Today we're going to do something slightly different. So today is my mother's funeral. And I tried to talk about this a couple of weeks ago and waited till the last minute to mention it, and still got choked up with 60 seconds to talk about it. Today we're going to talk about people that Christmas is a glorious time of year. It's a happy time of year. Everyone looks forward to Christmas. There are also many people who have thoughts and look back about the celebration of life of someone they've lost. So I want to talk about that a little bit early part of the show. I want to talk about my mother early part of the show. I want to share the microphone with you to be able to share, celebrate a life that you remember. So I want to give you the microphone today as well as me. And if you would like to do that, if you would like to call in and celebrate someone's life and how maybe you deal with it and how you still continue to celebrate that life, you can call the show as well today. I will take legal questions today, but I want to share the microphone during this. This will be a special program. If you listen to the show, 95% of the time I come in and just answer legal questions. At Easter time, I do my Trial of Jesus program, talking about the legal aspects of that. I did a Thanksgiving show about being thankful in all things. I do a special show with pastors. Did a 4th of July show, Christian Nation, Christian Founding Fathers, kind of a question mark show, talking about that topic. Today we're going to do a celebration of life show, and I want to start that with talking about my mom a little bit. Well, my mom's name was Selma. She lived 96 years. She had her birthday June the 1st, and she was 96. She was under hospice care the last 9 days. That's probably the last 5 days. She was bedridden and pretty much out of it with morphine, just to keep her peaceful and calm. She had a great life. She was a great mother, a great friend, a great husband. She was just a class act, and we're very much going to miss her. She taught me a lot of things in life. My dad, as in most families, the mother was the one that I would spend the most time with. My dad was busy working on a great career in his life. She was a total support of him. My dad became a president of a fairly large insurance company, and she was the first wife, and had major hand in all the social functions, yearly conventions, just being a great support for him. She did a great job. She was a great mother. She taught me how to love, how to be kind, how to be bold, to have courage. I appreciate all of those things. I remember back when I say she taught me courage and how to be bold. The story goes that when I was 6 years old, there are two bully stories this first one, I was 6 years old. I don't really remember too much about that, but there was a bully that kept bullying me, and my mother found out about it, and she told me, the next time he picks on you, punch him, hit him. He'll learn a lesson. Almost like knock him out. Just get rid of him. Just get in a fight with him. So my mother encouraged me to do that. So the next time the 6-year-old bullied me, I hit him. I gave him a good punch, just like my mother told me to. And guess what? The bully never bothered me again. Now, I don't remember too much about that story, but I do remember a story just a couple of years later where there was another bully. His name was Tommy, and he lived down the street. And he was bigger than me, stronger than me. and used to just like bully everybody. My mother told me, you don't let him do that to you. If he gets in a fight with you, you fight back and you hit hard. So sure enough, within a few weeks, Tommy was going to bully me again. So I followed my mother's advice and got into a fight with the bully, Tommy. But Tommy beat me up pretty bad, so that was maybe not the best advice. So I didn't win that battle, but after I stood up to Tommy and did get in a few good punches, Tommy never bothered me again. So my mother taught me to be bold and courageous and stand up for myself. Standing up for myself probably be the most important part of that. My mother forced me to take swimming lessons. And I think I probably cried and didn't want to go take swimming lessons for some reason. But swimming lessons turned out to, for me later on in life, becoming a lifeguard. I got my water safeties and instructor license, and I taught swimming lessons. I became the head lifeguard of a major lake and started my own business pretty much by teaching swimming lessons at the lake as part of my duties. I never will forget that the owner of the lake, I went to the owner of the lake and said, look, take me off the clock and I'm going to put up signs around the lake and I'm going to teach beginners swimming lessons at 9 o'clock, intermediate at 10, advanced swimming at 11. Just take me off the clock. I'm going to charge $15. It'll be 3 weeks worth of classes, and I think you'll benefit, Mr. Owner of the Lake, because more people will come to the lake. Well, that went tremendously successful, and at the end of the 3 weeks, the owner of the lake said, I want to put you back on the clock, and we're going to share that money from the swimming lessons. So you know what lesson I learned? It's a valuable lesson I learned from that whole experience, and all because my mother made me take swimming lessons. You gotta own the lake. You gotta own the lake. Because now the owner wanted to dip into my privates, which he had a right to do, of course, and which he did. My mother was just a great inspiration in my life. I'm going to miss her very much. I have good friends, Tom and Robin Pant, sent me this poem called My First Christmas in Heaven. So I'd like to read that to you. But also, if you'd like to celebrate someone's life today, I'm going to take legal questions. I'm going to give the phone number in a few minutes. But if you want to take this number and call in and share your memory and your celebration of life of someone you've lost during this holiday, I'd love to share the microphone with you and hear your story and share that with you. So here's the poem, My First Christmas in Heaven. And yes, I know my mom's in heaven. And I really am thankful that you're listening. I'm when someone dies and they're a Christian and in heaven, it gives you the peace of mind that you'll get to see them again. You'll be with them. So my hope is that if you're listening to this or maybe watching this, that this will maybe plant a little seed in where you would like to go when you die, and whether or not you're going to be able to join other family members as well. So I see the countless Christmas trees around the world below, with tiny lights like heaven stars reflecting on the snow. The sight is so spectacular, please wipe away the tear, for I'm spending Christmas with Jesus Christ this year. I hear the many Christmas songs that people hold so dear, but the sounds of music can't compare with the Christmas choir up here. I have no words to tell you the joy their voices bring, for it is beyond description to hear the angels sing. I know how much you miss me. I see the pain inside your heart. I am not so far away. We really aren't apart. So happy for me, my dear ones. You know I hold you dear, and I'm glad I'm spending Christmas with Jesus Christ this year. I sent each of you a special gift from my heavenly home above. I send you each a memory of my unfailing love. After all love is a gift more precious than pure gold. Is always more important in the stories that Jesus told. Please love and keep each other, as my Father said to do. I can't count the blessings or love he has for each of you. So have a Merry Christmas and wipe away that tear. Remember, I'm spending Christmas with Jesus Christ this year. All right, so I'm Attorney Joe Pippen. You're listening to Ask an Attorney all about Florida law. If you'd like to call the show with a special celebration of a life memory that you have, please do that. I told my producer if I get those calls, take those and mark those, and I want to take those first. And it'd be okay to me today if we just did that today. I told him to mark the questions either legal, so I'll be able to identify those and mark them celebration of life. And I'm going to take those first, just to let you know. So you have a toll-free number, 877-943-9673. That's 877-943-9673. So one more poem I want to read, and then I'll take a call here. And our first caller here is a legal question. No, it's Velma. My mother's name was Selma, so but we'll get to her in just a second. My Mother Kept a Garden is the name of this poem. So my mother loved to garden. She loved to work in the yard. She had the golden touch as far as things go out there and planting them in the yard and so forth. So this poem is called My Mother Kept a Garden. My mother kept a garden, a garden of the heart. She planted all good things that gave my life its start. She turned me to sunshine, encouraged me to dream, fostering and nurturing the seeds of self-esteem. And when the winds and rain came, she protected me enough, but not too much because she knew I need to stand up strong and be tough. Her constant good example always taught me right from wrong, markers for my pathway that will last a lifetime long. I am my mother's garden. I am her legacy, and I hope today she feels the love reflected back from me.